Hello everyone!
Hey!
I have Jazz here. She's a fellow Gold Coast girl and she's a makeup artist and she did my face today, so I hope you enjoyed today's video. She goes step by step to show you exactly how to do things and also all the products, which is really cool. And so many of them are just from Priceline too.
Yeah, so many affordable products that you can just access from your local Priceline. Everything's pretty much, most of the stuff I use is like under, say, $30, so
amazing.
Pretty good.
And if you're after tons more looks, Jazz has done hundreds of videos, so check out her channel. It's amazing. And yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed this, so give it a thumbs up and comment below if you'd like us to do some more looks.
And subscribe!
Yes!
Okay, so for primer, I'm going to use the Benefit Professional. This is the Matte Rescue Primer. It's great for people that get oily down their T-zone. So I'm just using that on a stippling brush. So now I'm going to I always stuff up edit shit. So now I'm just spraying the MAC Fix Plus.
What does this do?
This just makes sure the foundation goes on really smoothly. So the foundation I'll be using is a mixture of the Too Faced Born This Way. I'm going to use Warm Nude and Sand to get her exact match. And I'm just dotting that all over. Really good coverage.
We like that.
Yes. And then just using a damp beauty blender.
Why do they have to be damp?
Because if it's not damp, it'll just wipe the foundation straight off. It won't actually blend it into the skin. Whereas when it's damp, it's actually like, it's really hard to explain, but it goes on way, way better. Mum always used to use it like dry and she'd be like, why are you raving about these beauty blenders when they're not even, like, I feel like I'm not even putting anything on.
Yeah.
And then when I said to dampen it, she's like, oh, okay. Yeah. For brows, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Pro Brow Palette. And this is just amazing for makeup artists to have in their kit just because it has literally every single shade in the world. Because Ashy has blonde hair, I'm gonna use taupe and soft brown. So I like to use a darker color towards the tail. And then in the inner corners, I like to use a lighter color to create a gradient. Close. Now I'm just using a light concealer to carve the brows out. It'll just make them look more defined.
Carve?
Yeah.
I have not heard that word be used for makeup.
You've never done this?
No.
And the top.
Where did you study, like do your makeup course?
I haven't studied.
Oh,
I just
really?
taught myself.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
I literally just watch like American YouTubers all the time. Right, now I'm using Benefit's Gimme Brow and I'm just using that to set the brows. Okay, so for concealer, I use the Maybelline Fit Me. If you watch my videos, you know this is my favorite concealer of all time. And just placing it in a upside down triangle.
This is the stuff I find that people like want to learn.
Yep.
It's so hard to do.
A bit on the chin, Cupid's bow. Yeah, do it.
Awesome, look at me go. And we're done.
Done.
So this is the look that we've done today. You'll be able to find this look on YouTube soon if you want to copy. Flawless, right?
Okay, and looking up, and I'm just blending that in with the beauty blender.
I definitely need to get myself one of these beauty blenders.
Yes, you do. So now I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I use this to set the under eye area, and this is a little technique called baking, and you're just wanting to pat that underneath the eyes, and this will prevent the This will prevent the concealer from creasing.
I always wonder, because I always see so many YouTubers use this product, so I'm really glad I finally get to know exactly what it's for.
So now I'm going to set the rest of the face with the Australis Fresh and Flawless. This is also one of my holy grail products. Oh my god, and I also brought one for you. This one's for you.
Oh my gosh, she's so nice.
So good, and it's really affordable as well. You can get it from Priceline. It's only like $11 or something, but it's
just say a lot of the products you're using today, it sounds like you can find them in Kmart which is awesome.
Yep.
Because not everyone has a lot of money to spend on makeup, so it's really cool that you're using those products today.
Yeah.
So does this just finish?
This just sets the foundation so it doesn't move when we do the contouring and highlight and blush. Okay, so I'm using that concealer again to prime the eyelids, so close. And then just blending that in. Then I'm just taking that same Laura Mercier powder and just using that to set the eyelids. So when I'm putting the eyeshadow on, it blends seamlessly. And then while I'm doing this, I'm just wiping off the bake.
Do you have some girls that bring in photos of like Kim Kardashian and say, can
all the
like
time.
this?
All the time.
Same with like PT, and they're like, oh, I want a body like this girl. I'm like, are you gonna grow 3 feet taller or?
So now I'm using my favorite bronzer, which is the Hoola Benefit. Using that on an angled brush. Just using that to carve the cheekbones out. Kind of want to do like a 3, so like that. That's where you want to put your bronzer.
I did not know that, that's cool.
Little tip.
Take note, girls, the 3.
And then on the sides of the nose, I'm not really a fan of nose contouring. I think it looks silly. So, well, not silly, it suits some people, but I find that just sweeping the bronzer lightly down the sides of the nose.
Rather than like strict
rather than
lines.
literally like getting, you know, those, you know, when you see those videos and you're just like, that just looks
too much.
Like, I'm sure it looks good on camera, but then in real life, like, what is it gonna look like? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then I'm gonna take the Laura Mercier powder again, face that way, and I'm gonna use that to bake the contour. So you wanna make a line from the top of the ear down to the side of the mouth. Looks crazy, but it won't be. Okay, so then I leave that for a few minutes, and now I go on to the eyes.
So this is just setting, what exactly is
So
this
this is just
doing?
making the cheekbones like more defined.
Right.
So once you brush it off, yeah, you'll see what I mean. Okay, so close. So I'm using Makeup Geek and Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadows. These are all like individual eyeshadows that I just put in here. So like, this is a custom made palette. I'm gonna go in with Creme Brulee, and this is by Makeup Geek. And I'm gonna use that as a transition shade, buffing that into her crease. So this is like a warmer, orangey type color. Now I'm gonna go in with Anastasia Beverly Hills Sienna, and I'm also gonna work that into the crease. Okay, this is gold, it's amazing, but first I'm gonna spray my brush with a bit of the Fix Plus. So what this does is it intensifies the eyeshadow. So now I'm gonna take Anastasia Beverly Hills Fudge on my MAC 217.
Fudge.
And I'm just going to focus that on the outer corners of the eyes. Just gonna take Creme Brulee again, which was the transition shade, and just blend those out. And then blending it out. All right, so I'm taking Creme Brulee again, look up, and I'm just using that on the lower lash line. Just gonna brush off the baking and just like blend it into the cheek as well. And then just going back in with the Hoola. So I'm gonna use a matte blush. This is Melba by MAC. And Smile, placing that on her cheeks and bringing it back. All right, now for my favorite bit.
Highlighter. Yeah. Why are we also highlighter obsessed?
Obsessed. All right, so for highlighter, I'm using the MAC Soft and Gentle, and this is on an Anastasia highlighting brush. So look all the way that way so you can see it. And just focusing that on the high points of her cheekbones. You need to also make sure not to emphasize people's pores, which is a big mistake people make with highlighter. Like, you know how you see some people that just pack it on and then you see them and you're just like,
looks dirty and intense.
Face this way. So you're really just placing it on the actual cheekbones, not on the whole cheek, which is what most people do. I go crazy with it though. And then running it underneath close.
It's so addictive, you just
brow.
want more and more.
And look straight. And then running some on the Cupid's bow.
I love that, hey, just makes your lips look a bit bigger.
Then I just take some of my finger for the tip of the nose, blend it up. So for mascara, I'm just using a Rimmel one and obviously a disposable wand for hygiene reasons. So just close. I'm gonna take a matte black eyeshadow and instead of doing liner on the top, I'm just gonna use a bit of eyeshadow to make it a bit smoky. I feel like it looks a lot softer when you use eyeshadows as the liner.
Agree.
So because we've got a bit of mascara there, the trick is to let it dry and then you just take a cotton bud or a cotton tip and then it just flakes straight off. So don't touch it while it's wet.
I've done that, we've done the opposite and got
really?
it quickly.
Yeah, so you just wait.
Panic!
Okay, so the trick to applying lashes is once you apply the glue to the lash band, wait 30 seconds to a minute. That makes the glue become tacky and then you stick them on. And then placing that as close to the lash line as you can. That the mascara is dry. Look up. It just flakes off.
That's such a cool tip.
I can't believe you didn't know that.
No. I like panic, I'm like, quick, get it off and then put more concealer on.
Alright, so just look down. Now I'm just using that same mascara one just to blend the real and the false lashes.
Makeup artists are always like, oh, you're kind of bold on the bottom. I'm like,
thanks.
I don't already know that.
Just gonna do the same thing. Wet the brush, and I'm gonna take Whimsical, that's what it's called. It's a foiled eyeshadow, and I'm gonna use that for the inner corners. So just look up. And then a tad on the brow bone. And then just like to put it there as well. Okay, I'm gonna take the black again. Oh, by the way, this palette is Anastasia Beverly Hills Shadow Couture. Taking the black. So I'm gonna like use that to hide the lash band instead of using like a harsh liquid liner or something. Okay, I'm using an Australis lip liner. This is Tickled Pink. It's cute. And then slightly lining. By the way, the lip color was Rodeo Drive by Gerard Cosmetics. And then I mixed a bit of Vintage Rose in that as well. Then just taking a Rimmel gloss. I've also recently been loving the Australis, again, affordable. It's a banana powder, so I'm just lightly sweeping that underneath the eyes. And then to set the face, I'm using the Urban Decay Oil Control Spray.
Why does that happen? They're all dirty. Good? Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Make sure you subscribe and also comment and let us know if you'd like us to do some more looks because we had a lot of fun today. So, yay! We'll talk to you soon.
See ya.